Hi everyone, and welcome back to Just Jimny. We've been off air for a few months, unfortunately, but as you can see, this is the reason why we've been off air. We did the move from Pretoria down to the Western Cape. Anel and myself, we're living in Saldanha Bay currently, and yes, we're back. Thanks for being patient with us. And you know what, this has been a big move for us. We've been quite busy, that's why we haven't loaded any new videos for you. But now we are here. We've got a lot to explore, we've got a lot to discuss, and getting excited for all the new places we're going to explore and show to you guys as well. But on today's video, I'm going to run you through quickly my checks I do before I do a long road trip. So recently my Jimny has done about 4,800 kilometers between Saldanha Bay and Pretoria. We drove down in December, and then I drove down for the final, for the last time down to Saldanha and the Jimny as well. The one-way trip is about 1,600 kilometers, so we did that 3 times. And what I like to do is before I take on a long trip like this, I like to do my basic checks and basic maintenance to make sure everything is tip-top on a Jimny, especially on the longer trips. So this might be a nice one for you guys. If you're going down for a holiday or just taking a long road trip, these are the basic stuff I check on the Jimny. Okay, so looking at our engine bay, the first thing I normally check is all my fluids. I check that my coolant fluids are on the correct levels. Window washer bottle, I've got water in there if I need to wash my windows, because sometimes I do drive dirt roads and that comes in very handy. Then I also check my brake fluid level, and one thing that a lot of guys don't check often enough is their air filters. Guys, this is a really easy one to do. It's 2 clips that you need to undo. It lifts up and you've got access to your air filter. Now, these don't need to be replaced that often, but you can blow them out with a high pressure compressor. You can hit them on the side of the car just to clear out that extra dust. This lets your engine breathe, so this is going to give you better fuel consumption, all that type of stuff. What I do is I normally keep it in for till I see that this is getting brown and it doesn't let air through clean anymore. Suzuki is running short on parts currently in South Africa. I couldn't get air filters, I couldn't get wiper blades, I couldn't get the pollen filter inside the car. So I went to Midas and they had an air filter for me. This is a Dunlop air filter that I got from them, nice brand name. I got Bosch wiper blades from them. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any help on the pollen filter. But like one of the filter guys suggested to me is, you know, place it on order with Suzuki, wait for one, and you take the current one in your car. You wet that up and you clear it with toothbrush very. I say you need to be careful that you don't break the filter, because it's wet, it's a lot more fragile. And then you clear that out with toothbrush and you put it in the sun to dry. Make sure it's 100% dry before you put it back in your car. But that's for the pollen filter. These ones available at Mitas with wiper blades, and I think they basically cost me the same as the air filter cost me from Suzuki, 350 Rand. So I got the air filter, the wiper blades, and some fluids for the car for 350 Rand without a problem. So let me put this one back. As you can see, there's only one way it fits back, and just put back the clips, air filter right back in. Guys, if you have a snorkel, the air filter doesn't get that much dirtier, but it still gets dusty. If you have the snorkel on, you're basically going to clear a lot of dust and a few bugs out of there, and that just keeps the airflow nice and easy for the car to get in. So remember to do that. Then the other thing I do is I just go through a normal visual inspection. See if there are any pipes that are perished. You see fluids dripping anywhere. And then I check the belts as well. And now just make sure that my belts don't have any cracks in them that may fail. Then that's basically the front of the engine. So let's close this up. Another thing guys forget, and they only start realizing when they need it, is wiper blades. Like I said, my Jimny has almost got 80,000 kilometers on it now, and I started realizing that one of my wiper blades had a tear on the end. I got these from Midas as well. These are Bosch wiper blades, so good brand name as well. Nice and soft and flexible again, and it's so easy to fit these. You basically pull a clip, pull them out, and there you go. So that's my wiper blades. Okay guys, so the next thing I do is I take my car for wheel alignment. I try and do this about twice a year, just to make sure that all my settings are correct and that my tires are wearing constantly across the whole thread. If you don't do your wheel alignment often enough, you'll start realizing a lot of guys don't set they call it the heel and toe, and that's basically the position your tire stands to keep wheel alignment straight. So a lot of times the guys set it either onto the heel or onto the toe, and your tire starts wearing on the one side. I swap around my tires every 10,000 kilometers. I do a cross swap over. So front right to left back to front, or to front or left right to front left, and that just keeps your tires in basically that they wear nice and properly. As you can see, my BFs has still got nice grip on them, but I'm gonna have to start looking at replacement tires quite soon, and I will do a tire test before I do this replacement. So wheel alignment doesn't cost you that much. I think the guys charged me about 350 Rand for that, and I know my wheel alignment is fine. And at the same time it's on the lift, I'll also do an inspection on the bottom of the car to make sure I don't have any pipes that are perished, or I don't have any leaks that I didn't expect. So that's how I look underneath the car to make sure everything is 100% fine. Okay guys, so I don't only check the car, I also check what's in the car. What I always need with me is my recovery kit, my compressor. Then at the bottom here I've got my first aid kit, I've got my normal tool kit, I've got tie down straps, and one of the most important ones, a decent tire repair kit. And remember, always get the one with the steel handle. You don't want this pin going through your hand, so always go for the one with the steel handle. And then my normal general tools, it's a set of spanners, a few screwdrivers to see what I can actually get fixed next to the road. And the other important one is having good insurance. Guys, I've got Tough Stuff insurance. I've always had Tough Stuff insurance on all my 4x4s. They do true 4x4 recovery. They can come and fetch you when you get stuck like that guy. That's a very unfortunate one. We'll give you guys a few close-ups on here. We got on site this morning and discovered a very, very nice Land Cruiser that was just left here in the sand. It looks like this, at least the seawater didn't get close to it, but that's going to be a difficult recovery when those guys decide to come and fetch their Land Cruiser. So what Tough Stuff does is they actually support you while you're off-road. A lot of insurance companies like Outsurance and all these big names say they do 4x4 recoveries, but when you are stuck like that, those guys are not going to come and help you. They don't have the equipment to help you. The insurance companies, I prefer Tough Stuff, number one. Second is Cross Country. They also do nice recoveries for you. Your installments are a bit higher, but these guys can also cover your house insurance, your other cars, all that stuff, and that brings the premiums down to basically what you're paying at Outsurance. So have a look at that. You're getting true 4x4 insurance with recovery expertise, and they even do cross-border recoveries for you and your vehicle, where they load it on a flatback Iveco truck and they take it out. Then, being in the West Coast now, a lot of soft sand driving happening. We have to deflate tires quite a lot and inflate them again. You know, tire pressures are very, very important on Jimnys. So I'd like to thank Charles for sponsoring us with these Apex Performance products. These are actually little valves that get fitted onto your rim, and just by taking the cap off and pulling a little lever, this valve deflates your tires without any tire gauges or anything required. You basically pull that little pin over there and it deflates your tire. So nice, quick, easy. I'll get these fitted to the Jimny and give you guys a full review, so keep a watch out for that video coming. I think this is a great product. It's a good replacement. I think this is going to be 5 times faster than an in-deflate. An in-deflate still takes up a lot of space in your car, and you know, I've always been a fan of the normal ARB deflator, but I'm going to give these valves a good try and deflate them, inflate them, do all that stuff, and I'll give you some good feedback on that. Because I'm getting sick and tired of bending down the whole time, taking out valves, deflating that tire. Now I can walk up to the tire, I pull a little lever and it deflates. What's not good about that? So guys, keep an eye out for that next video that's coming. We'll also do a bit of exploration on the West Coast. It's like a whole new country for me. You guys know I'm from the Kalahari. And then we lived in Gauteng for a while, but now I've got the whole of the West Coast to explore. I've got Cape Town and surrounds to explore, beautiful views like this, and I just think it's a whole new adventure that's awaiting for us. And if you're from the Western Cape, you've got suggestions, you've got groups that you want to join, please reach out to us. Reach out on the comments on YouTube. We've got the Facebook page. We're active on all those platforms, so reach out to us, tell us about nice trails, about outings you guys are organizing. We'd love to join. And like always, just Jimny on.